Feast in France.
Indicate.
They discover some new treasure.
I'm like fizzing with excitement.
Get down to business with the locals.
300?
400.
No. Yes, no.
Gee.
Yes.
And get up close and personal with the wildlife.
Snails in garlic butter. It's got a face, though, hasn't it?
Drew Pritchard is one of Britain's leading decorative salvage dealers.
Well, that's pretty spectacular. Oh, God, they're fantastic. Beautiful.
He scours the country in search of weird and wonderful objects.
That's really nice. Parlez-vous français? It's like an adventure playground for antique dealers.
In his hunt for treasure, he bargains hard.
950.
It's too much money.
You're for 6.
With help from Rebecca
That's really cool.
Nice, isn't it?
I love it.
and a team of renovators, he transforms thousands of items, from junk to gems. Today on Salvage Hunters, Drew is off on a very special road trip.
I'm going to France to buy very good quality, decorative, industrial, lighting, painting, furniture. The items I'm looking for are not what you'd normally associate France and French antiques with.
He used to go there a lot. It was at the time when a lot of British dealers were out there buying. But it got to the point where he felt that the market was being flooded, so he bowed out. Now he's having his own little French Revolution, and he thinks there could...
Buying spree in France. They want to visit everything from brocants, markets and chateaux to find the very best in French antiques.
And we're taking little Napoleon home.
Hey, yeah, we're off to France, mate. Vive la France. Can you talk French at all?
No. Is that it?
Yeah. Oui.
Oui.
But there's only room for two in the van. The rest of the team are being left in Wales.
I am very jealous. Drew's really excited about this trip.
Do you think they'll come back with some cheese and wine for us?
No.
No. Do you think he'll come back with some great antiques?
I think he could come back with some really interesting antiques, actually.
For Drew, he's looking for items with a certain je ne sais quoi.
There's thousands of other people doing it. And the really furniture, yeah, it shows literally no imagination whatsoever. Right. The French did make and do make wonderful things, really fabulous things. But we're blessed because we're not going after the norm.
As Drew's not a fan of sailing, he and T are heading to the Eurotunnel terminal in Kent.
Exciting, I've never been on the tunnel. Hello, mate.
Hello.
Right.
How are we doing?
That's us.
That's us. Cheers.
You look a right mess in yours. Look at the state of your passport. Look at the state of you.
My hair was curlier than that.
You look like Ronaldo's
Sure.
fat brother. Look at that, though. I look like a... What do I look like? I look like, convict A. That's cheered my day up no end.
Drew has a specific road trip.
You go to Paris, right?
Yeah.
Really expensive.
Yeah.
After you go to the market there, you can do okay, but it tends to be fairly expensive. All the Brits coming over on the day and a half jaunts will buy all along this coast over here. It's very expensive again. This sort of side of the country here, I've always found to be a lot cheaper. And this area here, we've got a house call to do there, so we're going to stay in the Loire Valley, but I think that's a good bet.
And where do they keep the wine?
In all of this.
All
is
of
wine.
this, that's all the wine.
All of that's wine.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's do it.
35 minutes later, they're in France, and Drew's ready for foreign climes.
Yeah, I've got this French phrase book. So there's a few essentials. Okay, so curry.
Curry, yeah, go on
Yeah.
then, what's curry?
Curry.
Right, I think we can remember that one.
Beer. How much?
Combien? Combien?
Antique.
Antique?
How much?
Combien?
Beer.
Yeah.
Curry.
Curry.
Nailed it. Easy.
From Calais, it's a 5-hour drive southwest to Drew's pinpointed destination. The Loire region is in central France and covers an area of 300 square miles. It's well known for its vineyards, historic towns and beautiful chateaux. But thankfully, it's not very well known to British antique dealers, and that's why Drew's here.
Check that out. Not bad, eh?
It's 10th century, I just had a look.
10th century.
10th century. And then Henry II put conservatory on, up through there.
All right, okay.
And then Napoleon put the decking on it.
Sometimes I do say we have got the best job in the world, and what we're doing today is we're actually just going to go. I'm actually very keen to get there as soon as possible.
From their hotel in Saumur, the boys are heading southeast to the historic village of Montsoreau after Drew was given a tip-off.
So we're off to Puce de Montsoreau. They've got this lead from a friend who's got a house in the region, and they basically said, you've got to come down to this region because there's stuff down here and there's not that many English dealers at all.
So it's only the Welsh dealers go to this one?
I don't know about that. There might be some other dealers there. I'll soon recognise them if they are.
The village of Montsoreau is situated where the Loire and Viarme rivers meet and is famous for its chateau and bi-monthly antique fair.
Oh, that is pretty magnificent, isn't it?
That's the Loire.
It is beautiful, isn't it? Look at that. That's pretty. No lucky are we. Look at this. Oh, look, if you look closely, you can see all the vans on the river. Right, do you know what we're looking for now?
Parking space.
Do you know what? See, I can't wait. Just drop me off.
See you in a bit.
Yeah.
The market has been running for 27 years and is one of the biggest in the whole region, with 80 dealers expected today.
I literally got to the market and I could not wait to get out of the van. We're driving in and I'm seeing things on the side of the road thinking, oh my, get out here. This could be, this could be a really, really good day for me. I cannot tell you how exciting this place is. Literally, I'm like fizzing with excitement. The adrenaline is like raging through me. It's such a hit. On dealer face that I recognise, nobody is here and the place is rammed full of stuff. It's perfect.
With no British competition and a whole range of fantastic French items, Drew's keen to start buying.
Look at the de Gaulle lamp.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that dentist stool.
Drew might be an aficionado when it comes to French antiques, but he's no expert when dealing with a price tag in another language.
Combien?
Il est à 120. 120 euros. 120.
70 euro. Okay, missing. The negotiation is hard. I'm really trying to pick up on the language and I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it. Combien?
40 euros.
40, 50.
Combien, Michel?
Le 120 euros.
How keen they are to sell it. I can't do it here.
Okay, I've come up with a little system for when we don't understand the numbers, which is what we seem to be struggling with. So we go 120.
Oh, so 222.
Yeah.
Fine. That'll save time, to be honest with you, because the language barrier is causing me a bit of a problem, to say the least.
The glass.
Yeah. Still marked. That's really nice having this. Not seen that on one still. They're usually washed off. This is just the sort of condition you want to find one in. It's quite elegant, actually. Where's the chap? Bonjour, monsieur. Combien?
40?
It's on there as well. I've got it written on it there. 40. Yeah. We'll come back. Merci, merci.
Merci, monsieur.
Let's carry on down on the riverside. Looked like, somebody's dropped the pedal into a water and it's gone like that. I think if we were in the south of France, we would be paying 120 euros for that. That's the difference. That's why we are way out on a limb. There's no other dealers here, and the prices are fantastic. Oh, look at that. There you go. Look at this. That's nice. Where is it? Coffee table. 1970s.
So would there be glass on the top?
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
nice.
It's exactly the sort of thing we want. Bang, right in front of me, coffee table without its glass top. Doesn't matter. It's not dented, it's not broken, it's not missing anything bar the glass, which is easy and cheap to repair. Bonjour, monsieur.
Ça va?
Combien?
40.
40 euro.
Yeah.
40 euro.
Voilà. Ça, c'est bien ça.
Yep. Merci.
Merci.
Merci, monsieur.
Pay the man.
Merci,
Voilà.
monsieur.
Merci.
I could leave now if I don't find anything else.
Hurtling along.
Oh, look, there's my old van.
Yeah, it wasn't in that good a condition.
No, it wasn't, no.
What are they?
No idea. That's interesting.
They've got a head on a stick to warn people off.
There's something I've never seen before. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
This.
Combien?
Combien Là, c'est combien Alors, celui-ci est à 280. 280.
What I do whenever I come to France is always buy paintings, and there's one of a nude gentleman, sort of life size, and then I come around to the other side of the van, and then there's another one. This one's got some dress and decoration to it, and this is really good. This painting isn't just a bit good. If you look at the eyes and the It's too much.
250 if you want.
No. These 200? Do they have to be a pair?
No,
No.
You can take just one.
Just this one.
181. It's 181.
An 81?
Yeah.
181. Like, 150 euro?
Salvage saviour Drew Pritchard is on a trip to France. Off the beaten track in a region untouched by UK dealers, he's on the hunt for French hidden gems and is trying to do a deal on a pair.
181. It's 181.
An 81?
Yeah.
181. Like, 150 euro?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Money talks in any language, and realising Drew's a serious buyer, the French dealer makes him another offer.
It's 120.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
So
Okay. Yeah. The provenance we know nothing of. They were bought privately in the town here. What a wonderful thing. We do a deal on one. I do a deal on the better one because I can't quite get there price-wise. What am I doing messing around? Just buy them. Those framed and under glass back in the UK are going to make our day with anywhere else but here. They're so typically French, so incredibly over the top, so well done, so colourful. You know, just brilliant. So far today, we've absolutely smashed it. Whenever I go to any antique fair, I'm going a million miles an hour. I want to be the first person into everything and I don't want to miss anything. So I'm doing that here and we're able to move fairly quickly. It's taking a little bit more time on negotiation. But the key with these markets, move quick, make decisions very quick and walk away if you're not 100% sure.
I think we've nearly run out of market.
We'll just turn around and go back. So what we're going to do now is we've been all the way through the entire thing, turn around, go back again, do it again. To see what I've missed, because what happens, as things sell, they bring more things out of the van, we go again. To see if we missed anything at all. Here's little Enzo.
Il s'appelle Micmac.
I have one.
Yes.
Enzo.
Same.
The same.
Very little.
Very little, very grumpy. Yeah. Get my hat out. Burn otherwise.
I burn quite easily.
Well, we're Welsh.
Yeah, like you
Takes
said.
took us 3 weeks to go white.
With paintings, furniture and one French light already bought, eagle-eyed Drew spots the matching pair to his splash light.
Another one. Monsieur. Soissons. Talk about stroke of luck. We have one of what I call them the splash vase, that thick, heavy glass table light that I bought. Wandering around, 2 hours later, bang, there's another one. In 50?
Ok, si vous voulez, oui, ok.
Ah,
Ok.
yeah.
Merci.
Merci.
Merci, monsieur.
Fabulous. These lamps are sort of quintessentially French, aren't they? And having the original maker's labels on them as well just helps that little bit better. Just shows they've had a very easy life. I haven't put them together yet, but I'm hoping they're identical. And if they're not, if they're very similar, fine. You know, it's fine. They're close enough. Pairs will always sell so much better. Today has been absolutely fantastic. I have had a ball. I tell you what, I just love going to these fairs. The stuff I've turned up, I'm over the moon. I've had a couple of finds there. 3 standout pieces. They're just spectacular. They really are. What I've done is I've come to France and I've bought fantastic, well-made, beautiful things that are French, but do stray from the norm. Everything we got today had an edge of quality about it. I'm looking for something different all the time, something that's classless and will go across sort of any period. And I think all of those pieces I bought today, you can put them in any age of house and they'd still stand out. That's what we're here for.
Whilst the Loire's markets remain one of France's best-kept secrets, another of Drew's clients has introduced him to a potential haul of French antiques that not even the local dealers are aware of.
Check it out. Wow.
A Fontenay-le-Comte. Built in 1587, this architectural gem is renowned for its decorative antiques, with many originating from the home of former French kings. It's now owned by Viscount Guillaume du Fontigny, who, luckily for Drew, has decided to sell a few objects from his attics.
Château Terre-Neuve is within our family for about 212 years. We moved in Terre-Neuve with my wife and child 2 months ago. We are ready to sell some objects from the attics because we don't have any use for them. We never had to deal with an antique dealer before. This is our first time.
Well,
Hey,
Drew, hi, how are you?
Hi, Guillaume.
Nice to meet
How are
you.
you? Nice to meet you.
What a thing. I expected something good. And then we get this. I mean, look at it. It's unbelievable. It's quite exceptional. It really is. It's so beautiful here. I can't actually believe they're going to let us sort of sift around in all their stuff. This could be possibly a very rich vein for us. Can't wait to see inside.
Yeah,
I know
sure.
It's got a rich
Let's go
history, this
inside.
place, hasn't
Yeah.
it? Whoa, look at that. Well, that is pretty grand. I love the carvings up here, these sunbursts. They're fantastic.
Yeah, those carving, it was inside the bedroom of Louis XIV.
No, really?
Yes.
Louis XIV was also known as the Sun King, and during his reign, France was the leading European power. A patron of the arts, these sun carvings were used to decorate his sleeping chambers.
Right.
Given by Molière in front of the king, Louis XIV.
Blimey.
Yeah, so imagine
Wow.
if those
Wow.
wood pieces could talk.
Imagine what they've seen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Amazing. Amazing. Can we see some more?
Sure.
So this room and this house has pieces from it from the most famous French king of all time. That's amazing. We could possibly be in the most French room in France. This is really lovely.
Yeah.
That's really nice. I'd be happily taking that home.
No. I'm sorry. No.
It's chained to the wall.
Yeah, just in case, because if we have a happy tourist who wants
Yeah.
take it over.
This bronze statue of a lion dates back to the 19th century and is by French artist Antoine Louis Barye.
This is good. The French did bronze fine. This is perfection in bronze. I've got to ask, is it for sale? And he just laughs. No, it's not for sale. I'm still chancing my arm, and I'm still going to ask him if I do see something. If it's in the house, usually it's off limits, but you never know. Every now and again, I've asked in these large houses, and they've gone, yeah, why not? Have it. Shall we go and have a look upstairs?
Okay, let's go.
Yeah. Do some work now, shall we?
Yep. And now we are really deep in the attic, see?
Wow, it's huge.
Upstairs is a far cry from the opulence of the main house. But home or abroad, Drew's happiest in a dusty attic.
My favourite places to be are old warehouses, cellars, barns, attic spaces. It's the bits that people forget, the bits that people leave behind. They're the bits that I...
Yeah.
So what's to stay, what's to go? I'll just ask. I'll just point and say...
Exactly.
what about
You
this?
point
What about
and
that?
I say yes or no or maybe. Let's see.
Okay. God. That sounds heavy, whatever that is. Do you know what this is?
Yes,
Yeah.
I know what it is. Terre-Neuve was a jail during the French Revolution.
Yeah, you're not going anywhere with that one, are you?
Yeah, it's nice, huh?
It's good. We find a very awful sort of prisoner's shackle. So it's a belt that goes around your waist in wrought iron with 2 heavy chains from it, and then a handcuff on each one, and then another one that goes around your neck. Horrific. And just the weight of it, I mean, I can hardly keep it steady in my hands. And the size, it's gruesome, yes, but it holds huge historic interest, and it's incredibly original.
This shackle dates back to the late 18th century, and its provenance makes it very attractive to potential buyers.
I've never seen one. I've seen them in books. I've never handled one.
Yeah.
You do need to keep that, though.
Yeah, because we want to open a small museum
That's...
on the other part, and we want to put this
Yeah.
museum.
That's a nice one. What's the top thing? Yeah, take that off there. Empire marble. But marble base as well, which is better than the norm. Would this want to go or not?
Let's say maybe.
Lighting was high on the list of stuff that I wanted for France. There's one in there. French. It's got some bronze mounts in it as well, but the base is marble too, and that you don't see that often. Exactly the sort of thing that we're after. Lovely quality, great colour, great size.
The French Empire style dates back to the early 19th century and the rule of Napoleon I, who was the first French emperor. The style was intended to idealise his leadership and the French state. This bronze and marble table lamp is typical of the period and could be worth around £700.
So maybe, if I put a bid on it for you, €200. No.
Salvage Supremo Drew Pritchard is on a buying trip in the loyalty items rarely offered by his competitors back home. He's at the historic Chateau de Terre-Neuve.
Well, that is pretty grand.
Up in the attic, he's on the lookout for quality French lighting and furniture, and is trying to do a deal on a 19th century French Empire lamp.
€200. No. I'll put it down because it's so heavy. How much would you want then? That's easier.
300?
As gentlemen, we should meet in the middle of 250, but if I say 260...
Yeah, okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Thank you. Excellent. Okay, let's carry on. That's an awful lot for that lamp. Way more than I'd want to pay, but the quality is there. What I like about this lamp is it's a good piece of French style. So we're going to have a lamp that's going to have to be at least £400 to see any money out of it. So it's going to be an expensive table lamp, that one. But do you know what? It warrants it. The quality is there. So we just have to wait for somebody to come along and recognise that quality. What about this thing? It's old curtains.
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah. How much you want for it?
I don't know. Let's have a look. Can we pull it out? Have a look.
Sure.
I'm just thinking I can make something else out of it. Right, something I know nothing about, but it looks to have an awful lot of age to it.
Yeah.
But I really don't know. It's so nice.
This vintage fabric is typical of the region. Depicting scenes of pastoral French life, it could be worth around £250.
Bought something right there or not? No clue. Just have to have it. We're going through all these different rooms down the hallway here, and there's just a piece of really tatty old fabric. I love the colour. Just love that really, really faded out red, and then all of a sudden retail dealer brain kicks in thinking, great big piece of fabric there, I can cover a chair in that or make loads of cushions. I must admit the sort of faded reds and pinks are one of my favourite colours. I really do. I narrowly missed painting my entire house pink recently and ducked out at the last minute. I thought it was a bit avant-garde for Conway. Look at that. What's that for? That's a game for a sideshow.
Yeah, exactly.
Throw things in there. They'll fall through into the box. It's a clown head with his mouth open, with a box underneath with sent down and rolled into the box. And if you got an 8 or a 6 or a 4, I suppose you won something. It's nice. It's very, very typically French. French love clowns. I find them weird, frankly, but the French love them. You know, they're like mine as well. I mean, hey, it's their country.
This papier-mâché clown head would typically be seen in fairground stalls throughout France during the mid-20th century. An original and decorative piece, it could be worth around £200.
Would that want to find a new home?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah, why not?
What would we pay for that? What would we pay? €100.
Okay. Let's have yourself a deal.
Yeah. I thought that would buy it. I certainly couldn't pay any more. It's fun fair, anything like that, I can sell, and I've sold loads of it.
Having bought a clown head and vintage fabric, Drew now has an urge to buy a classic piece of French furniture.
This one here, which I need to have the leather goes quite dry on these. Is that something, before we go pulling it out, would you want to sell it or not?
Yeah, sure, why not?
All right. It's not too bad. No great age to it. I don't think you can come to France without buying a club chair, can you? I think it's like buying a bottle of wine or a baguette. You've got to do it when you're here. It's a brown leather club chair, late 1920s, early 30s. They are what they are. So it has to be cheap. It's got to be €100 or nothing. €100.
Okay.
Yeah? Marvellous. French clown, French club chair, and what else was there? And some French fabric. the best of the best in French interior architecture today, I would say. Saw some pretty important things, actually, didn't we? Everything I bought today has been quintessentially French without being overly fluffy and curly and gilded and carved. So I'm happy. I'm very, very happy.
I was quite surprised and amazed that Drew chose this piece of curtain. I'm just wonder what he's going to do with that. It was a fantastic day, really interesting because we share history on some objects, and it was really quite interesting to have them home. Merci, it was a pleasure to have you home.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you, take care, bye-bye.
So that's, what a day.
Fantastic.
What a day. We saw pieces of a king's palace.
Bench fancies. It's time for the boys to celebrate.
I do like this French cafe culture, though. Everybody just seems to be sitting around eating and drinking all day long. It's very me.
Right, menu.
Are you going to try snails, are you? Snails in garlic butter. Here it comes.
Typical French starter.
Okay.
Snail in garlic butter.
Okay.
I won't be indulging.
Here we go. Right, I'm going to try one.
Go on then.
It's got a face, though, hasn't it? It's got a... It's actually quite good. I've just eaten snails.
I played you.
My word.
I'm impressed, to be fair. And when you're sick afterwards, you can pick all your teeth back.
Anyway, cheers. I think
Cheers.
I've done it.
Yeah, fair play.
And I'll probably do it again.
After a night's rest, the boys are back on it. Up early, they're off to another market that Drew's been told about by the locals. He wants to be there as the dealers unload.
Oh, man, we've got to get to this antique, not fair, it's more of a sort of market in the town. And we've got to get there when it opens, which is 8 o'clock. Which is not early to most people, but to me it's the middle of the night. I hate getting out of bed. We're here, we're in France, we're going to give it our best shot. Because we are in the sort of place and the sort of market we're going to today where we are going to make some money. Hopefully, if I can get there on time. 8:20.
The boys are off to La Place Viarme market in Nantes. Considered to be one of the best flea markets in the country, all sorts of people sell their antiques here, from dealers to the locals just having a clear out.
So, right, we need to get to this market as soon as possible. We're not very far away. It's also left here. Okay, right here. These fairs, these little street fairs, can turn up fab things because people who aren't dealers just suddenly turf out their old garage.
Okay.
Full of stuff. So you never know what you're going to find. Well, this is all very pretty and everything, but there's nowhere to park.
No.
I don't think these French towns are designed for... I haven't seen a van the same size as this the whole time I've been here. What about there? You won't get it in there, actually. No. Not there. No, that's too small. Got an idea.
Nothing else for it but to look for an alternative mode of transport.
What do you reckon then? Give these a whirl.
Yeah, let's have a go.
Get a bit of gear in the front.
You'll have to drive yourself then, no?
How'd you get them off? We're in the right place. We're on the right bit of the road. Oh, we've got gears, look. Oh. You're rocking a hole. What gear are you in?
Third. And indicate. Going that way, going that way. Let's get your coat on.
It is the international language of French antique dealers to look like the Zibin man. They're pretty cool, aren't they? Quite like the guy waving in that one.
Yeah.
On my list of things to get today is paintings, wall art. The French were prolific at this, and every time I've been to France, I've always ended up coming back. Good or attractive, we want it. Leather frame.
Is it?
Picture's junk, but the frame's leather. It's too battered.
Doesn't normally bother you.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Combien, monsieur?
250.
Combien?
120 euros.
120. 80 euro.
80, ouais.
80?
Ok, ok.
Yeah, I've just bought a painting. It's probably from the 1960s, maybe 70s, and it's just very, very good. It's very accomplished. It's signed to the bottom right-hand corner. We're never going to know who it is. It doesn't say Degas or Matisse on it, unfortunately. But it's just good, you know. It's a little bit of quality. Again, What we started at 120, got it for 80. Okay, and it's in the frame, which is fine. So if you can spot anything.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get... That's interesting.
It's a corpus or Christ portrait. You can pick stuff like this up all over France. They were, as we were in that period, you know, massive religious revival going on all the way through the 19th century. 140?
150.
There you go. And what this is an early 19th century painting of a much larger piece that's been cut out. What happens with paintings? They'll get damaged, they get water damage, fire damage, they get torn, so they don't want to lose it all, so you just cut sections out, and it's really common. And the best thing about it is it's ready to go, and I think I can get £300 for that all day long. That's really good. That chip on there just ruined it. Very saleable. Green is in.
That's a bit of a 70s green, that, though, isn't it?
That's what I liked about it even more. Great, they just need to be cheap.
All right.
Cheap.
Bonjour.
Combien?
Celle-là, Saint-Jean-de-Monde 40. 40 euros.
€40.
Yeah.
Merci.
The pair?
Yeah.
Fine.
Thank you.
I've just bought two really cool green table lamps, right? So bedside lights, whatever you want to call them. But right now, green is just in. If I get anything that's green, it just sells immediately. For €40, fine. There's profit there all day long. Those lamps and the abstract painting, to be honest with you, they're going to pay for the day. They really are. We bought those very, very right. I will triple my money at least on those. Coming to this market today, you know, we haven't bought spectacular things, but we bought profit in there, no problem. All in all, a good day, worth getting out of bed for. And I'm not that keen on getting out of bed in the morning, to be honest with you. I'm more of an afternoon person. Between 2 and 3, really good.
The markets have been a goldmine for Drew. But with space still left in the van, Drew gets tea to take a detour in the hope of discovering a local antique shop, or brocante as they're known.
I've enjoyed Null. It's very nice. Look at it, tree-lined, wide driveways, classical architecture, beautiful food. Set aside for a brocante. You want to hunt it down? I want to go.
Unbeknown to Drew, he's discovered local antique dealer Monsieur Philippe Labrousse. He used to work in the medical industry, but left 50...
Hello.
Bonjour. Je m'appelle Drew.
Je m'appelle Philippe.
Nice to meet you.
It's my shop. Je m'appelle T.
Okay.
Ça va?
Cool. We okay to have a look?
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
There you
It's a lot in here.
Yes,
a lot.
Yes.
It's good though, it's good. Fantastic brocante, tons of stuff, middle of nowhere, walk in, and a very well put together antique shop. Philippe seems like a nice bloke, very accommodating. He's the full French, isn't he? Undistilled Frenchman. What have you got now? And it's these pair of lamps.
Yes, the pearl.
Age, any age to these?
Begin... It's Spelter.
First thing I see that I like the look of is a pair of lamps, and they're gilded spelter. But they're of a sort of Asian person sat playing a great big lute. Just really glamorous.
Spelter is a zinc alloy, and due to its resemblance to bronze, has been used since the 1860s to make statues, tableware and lamps.
€500.
Very beautiful.
The pair.
Yes.
€300.
400.
No.
Yes.
No.
See. Yes.
Salvage hunter Drew Pritchard has crossed the channel and is buying bespoke French antiques untouched by other British dealers.
It's good.
350. Done. Let's be gentlemen.
No,
350.
I buy 300.
350. 375.
400 is it's a better price.
That's it.
Yes, it's a better price. Because I sell 300. The pair. Oh, it's good.
They are good.
Magnifique.
Yeah, have to have them for 400.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. It's a good price.
Have to have those.
Better price.
They're just something about them that I just got to buy them. I have to have them. You know, they are extremely saleable. Paid €400 for the pair. but there's still a profit in them. Okay. And
Laboratory.
Chaumet bacteriology.
Yes, laboratory.
So it's €350 for both
No.
each.
Yes.
Ah. Well, that's no good. Interesting, aren't they?
Mm.
There's a pair of signs, and they've come off a laboratory of some kind, or a chemist's, or something to do with medicine. What really attracts me to them, to be perfectly honest, is the colour. The black, old matte black paint on it, and then the hand sign writing. It has really survived very, very well. And there being a pair, that's fun. Here we go. €400 the pair.
No.
450 both.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Fine. Deal.
That's good.
Good.
Yes.
Extremely French, obviously. Retailing them might be a little tough, but there's an awful lot of people who are doctors and chemists and that sort of thing. They might see an attraction in it, but also having all that chemist memorabilia and all that stuff. I've seemed to sell quite a lot of it to restaurants and pubs. They tend to like that as well. Don't know why. I mean, I sold a chemist shop recently to a hotel, the entire thing. So, who knows? It's interesting.
1970.
1970s. French?
French.
I like the shade. Original shade.
Yeah. Yes.
But a little battered, but still
It's
fun.
original because
The inside's got gold paper in it. It's wicked. But it's original. You can see that in the corner of a funky Saint-Tropez flat. And he's got his Lamborghini Espada outside with Roxy music on it, goes in, flicks the light on. That's what that lamp is from. You know, that's seen some things, isn't it? That's proper glamour. You know, that's a bit of Saint-Tropez glamour. It really is. Is that 180 or 80?
180.
180. 120?
40.
140. Yeah. This is the definite opposite to the dreadful shabby chic. This is stylish, cool, low-key glamour. Very nice. Paid 140 for it, I'll double my money. This is why you should always stop at every single antique shop. I must admit, I drive where it is. I'll always stop. And it turns stuff up. You get really lucky like this. We've managed to find great stuff at super prices. You know, we are making money all day long. That's what we're here for.
It was 15 years ago that Drew last came on a buying spree to France. But having had such a successful trip, he won't leave it so long next time.
I've really fallen for France again. It's everything I hoped it was. Coming to this region has really, really paid off. We've done spectacularly well.
Difficile.
Knock it out, T. Knock it out of the park, mate. Oh, that was close. I came with a list in my head of what I wanted. We bought incredibly stylish French lighting, typically French decorative pieces, throw in a French club chair as well. You know, we've done the lot. We've done brocantes, we've done fairs, we've done chateaus, we've done wandering around the country buying. The whole experience is exactly what you think it is. All in all, the entire trip financially is going to pay off hugely for us. You know, we're going to do really, really well. It was worth the effort. What a fantastic trip. And to be perfectly honest, once we sell all that lot, it's fairly straightforward to come back and do it all again. Merci,
Yeah.
Philippe.
Bien donc. Tiens, bien joué.